And welcome back to the first show, and it is a Friday, and you know what a Friday means on STV Select for Fun and the first show. Now, Friday means that we are going to argue about politicians, politics, and also economics, but we're also going to have a fun best day as the show comes to an end later on, and the fun starts now, because you know that when someone is in the studios, Simon Chris Makanga sits on the edge of the seat and they tussle it out every now and then, and what I do is sit on the side and watch and let them argue it out. Hello.
My name is Uncle Dr. Franklin Mondo. This is a Friday. We are going to be super powerful, supersonic. We are running on the high speed. Of course, I'm so much blessed by, I'm a fan, number one fan for Simon Makanga.
I appreciate it.
I'm just, I'm the one. Good. Simon, how is NUP?
Okay.
How is
now producer Chogenda Kukolera is give them single shots. Let me get out of this studio. But I care. You guys argue about pointing fingers at each other.
Let me answer your question.
NRM has put rules and regulations, but of course not as government, but NRM has followed SOPs clearly. But of course opposition has put up a fight, copying NRM, yet they are not organized.
Okay. Now, as a journalist, let me tell you, according to what I've been reading, NUP is doing great. Bafunye presidential candidate. Robert Chagulanyi agenda kubeera ku ballot paper. Badde bakutongoza manifesto olunaku olwaleero embalala. Nete kisobosola okuziika omugezi Dr. Abdunun Anas Kalisa. So kati manifesto ya kutongozebwa olunaku lwankya. As a journalist, the information is nina era kati njikuwadde.
Producer, give them single shots so I can step out and leave them argue about which political parties they are on.
You're much welcome.
But we need to have a positive discussion
I think we last
today.
met last week on a Friday still.
Yes.
And the week has been quite long. Ninga mubaddemu ennaku tuba tunatera gimaliriza amawulire ga Dr. Abdul Kalisa ne gajja era nkimanya abadde mukwano gwo nnyo.
Era tuva wano emmotoka zoolekera ate tukira manga
ntungamu. What is there to be remembered about him? Or what is your best experience?
One is to advocate for Islamic civilization and of course understanding that Islamic foundation in Uganda from 1923. If you look at the history of Islamic culture, at one point was behind. Information was behind. That even when we got the biggest thing that we got as Islam, they got was Idi Amin. He promoted more business, but did not promote education. And because at that time, the world was scared because people who were educated. But people like Dr. Kalisa decided to advocate that Islamization cannot be as strong as powerful, apart if they have to go and have their children be taken to school, be elevated. So he decided to bring out that. Number two, he promoted love, which we see Salam Foundation.
Salam Charity
Foundation, which actually I'm on the board of Salam. Yeah, as a Christian.
Oh, that's
actually, we are two Christians.
That's
the Archbishop of Church of Uganda and me, that we are part of that. And you see a man defined by his work. Why did he put TVs? Because they wanted people to be in our era and that time, to know, to understand exactly how the world is moving, so that Islam doesn't stay behind. It stays like faith, and other faith has been promoted. So to me, he did civic education. He advocated for civic education and education, and to me, that will be remembered. Number two, as a family, they have had a revolution to bring broadcasting and going to the media. I think that has been also very nice, very good. Not only for Islamic faith, but of course for Uganda at large. So to me, if you see King and you see their family, you see there is a huge change. But of course, God bless them with Kini. Kini also, Kalisa is one of the brightest guys. He's someone I see.
Actually, the entire family is really blessed.
It's really blessed, yes. But it is all about working as unity. Actually, to me, that's one thing that I look at their family. I look at them as people who work together, You know, dynamics of prosperity works when you're a team.
They say, bw'okwata engalo zino n'ozigatta tesobola kumenyeka. Naye bw'okwata akamu bw'oti kasobola okumenyeka amangu. So abantu abali awamu bwe bati kizibu kumenyeka. And that is what I've seen in the Kalisa family.
Yes, so Kalisa family is united. And I've learned also to unite so much with my family through them, through kin. I've known him for last 17 years. And through that, I've learned to see how they do. They respect, they have a family day. They have family days. I don't know when I'm going to start having my family days with Latifa. But I think when you go back home, we're going to be talking about
Dr. Mondo.
It's not your concern.
Yes.
It is us. So
let's get back to business. Dr. Mondo.
She looks nice. You can see.
Well, thank you, Dr. Mondo. Now, before you go there, Simon Chris, just to comment a little bit on the Kalisa family and the fact that there was a burial yesterday, I actually appreciated the fact that their family unit moved forward and was shown yesterday during the burial, where opposition political leaders were there and they sat together. They sat down. It showed humility and they were there together. But then now, as we're speaking about the opposition candidates and the political arena of Uganda, the EC talked about the fact that from 9th to 12th is going to be the time for campaign, and politicians have come up to say that's a very short time for them to campaign vis-a-vis the fact that the incumbent has resources that he can use to better speed his campaigns, and the fact that he will be out there more than they would given the limited resources that they have. What do you have to say about that?
Well, there are two things. It doesn't matter who has the resources. If people are tired of NRM, people will vote it out. And that's the feeling that you cannot buy with money, with the resources. You see, Trump had resources. It's a white majority that was ruling the United States. It's make America white again. But the Democrats have beat Trump simply because people are tired of Trump. Are you getting my point? Human understanding is so different from what a price is. That's why I tell people that opposition is very weak. You know, from the start, opposition is weak.
How so?
It's very, very weak.
How
do you say it's weak? If to me, this would be my take. If Mugisha Muntu, if Poa, including my favorite candidate, John Katumba.
Before we discuss politics, the debate is going to get heated up. Before we discuss politics, it is out of politics.
Here's the thing. Let's allow him to ask you the question and then we'll move forward.
Before Latifa, I knew she was going that way. But before the discussion gets heated up, there's something that I want to share with you, or inquire from you, as our elder, by the way, a pastor, a doctor, so we do learn a lot from you. Buli omuntu omukulu wafano mu ggwanga waliwo akayimba ke akatera okunzijira mu bwongo nti kati mu nsi muno kozeemu ki kuba enkyo givaamu. It brings a question to mu mutima gwange, in my heart. Nga nebuuza Dr. Mondo, abantu nga mmwe generation yammwe, how much have you done to nurture a generation that is coming up to take the mantle?
There's no gap between a young generation and old generation. Because all of them are playing the same character. It's the same thing I was coming to. All elections have been failing because the opposition has refused to unite. And that's the point I was going into. If all these people, Nancy, others who have been proved to be presidential candidates, join their hands together behind Kyagulanyi, NRM will sweat.
You also agree that Kyagulanyi should lead the opposition?
It's open. I support Kyagulanyi. By the way, Kyagulanyi had him. I was his pastor. I prayed for him when he was 11 years. So it's all over.
Amazing.
It's 11 years.
He's only showing you what he has done to mentor the young population, which is Kyagulanyi now.
So, but I don't want to say that I support Kyagulanyi in terms of course, you know, I love Museveni, but I don't like NRM. Ninjagala Museveni, guys.
Ekintu ekyakulema okunnyonnyola.
Nyakugamba nti Museveni ng'omuntu first family njagala. Naye ekintu kyesakira nakyo be bana banaha ba wansi. Bebanta ababbi abalabbayi abali mu NRM abonoona omusajja oli kyazimbi. Museveni as a person is a good man. Naye abantu bano abali wansi, they have done a lot to damage what he is building. But that's another story for another day. Let's go back to the systems. If opposition today woke up in the morning and unite, put their selfish agenda, draw a system, this is how big power sharing will be. They would give NRM a big ride. Stop about even resources.
So literally you're saying NRM is
literally that NRM is going to pass, it's on the highway. Actually NRM now is thinking, Museveni today is in Tanzania. Yagenze kucharira munna agenda kurayira. And he's coming today. Listen to me. He knows very well that all these guys are weak at any point. Now, God blessed Museveni. I don't know how. Nemusiri yazalibwa n'ebisima. Muwa mulowooza nti akaddi agenda akooya apoye. COVID-19 nayingirawo. SOPs nezigwawo. Kati mwena amaanyi gamagona.
Like NRM is using COVID-19 to get advantage in this campaign.
Waliwo ky'obuuse. Wandisoose n'ogamba nti agenza okulaba akuze constitution n'agikwatako. Teyagikyusa, teyakyusibwa.
Mwakkiriza. Abantu abakiikirira bana Uganda bakkiriza.
Between me and you, you know that constitution was raped.
No, it was not raped. Abajisa baki.
No,
just a minute.
Between me and you, we know the constitution was raped on the gunpoint.
Who signed for it? That man.
Dr. Mondo.
No, I'm just asking.
Don't act like you don't live in Uganda. Don't act like you don't live in
I'm just asking
Uganda. Between me and you, we know what exactly happened in the August House.
The members of parliament signed and passed the bill.
After fighting, right?
No.
Whether they fought or not, Simon Chris is not the...
I want you to start with that, then uje kucha COVID.
Dr. Mondo.
COVID, yes, and you're using it as a blessing in these guys.
Members of parliament signed and endorsed President Museveni's ideology in parliament because that's majority. But don't forget these people represent
and this is where Dr. Mondo says the opposition is weak.
Exactly.
Kubanga, there is a parliamentary represion. You failed to get enough seats. You failed to make the decision. And now you're saying what it was on gunpoint, Simon Chris.
Ugandans are watching you.
Yes.
Ugandans, you're on a national TV. We on air. Tuli kumpewo.
Nchitufu. Kakana.
Byoyogera.
Bitufu. Baisa. Basaininga. But representing abantu.
Were you in the country when all that process was going on?
Yes, I was.
Besides you being in support of General Kaguta Museveni, were you happy with how the constitution was amended?
Well, even if I would not be happy, Simon, I want to put it in your face.
Thank God you're saying that you were not happy.
Even if I would not be happy, but as me not being a member of parliament, and not even having a majority in the parliament, there's nothing I would do.
But that's what Simon Chris is not saying.
Simon, that's what you're not going to see.
I'm a bit disappointed in you that you are far away from reality.
No, I'm in reality. I'm telling you that the constitution was changed.
But how was it changed is a fundamental question. How it was changed is a fundamental question.
As you want it, but it was changed.
In accordance to the law.
And go in bed knowing...
Was it amended in accordance to the law?
Let me say this to you. Go in bed understanding that the constitution was changed.
Was it changed in accordance to the law?
If you have never believed it, you are still...
And I'm asking you.
You are the only person in the dreamland who doesn't believe the constitution was changed.
Was it changed in accordance to the law?
It doesn't matter what it was changed.
Simon Chris, people had the solution to make changes.
Yes, sir. It was changed according to the law. Because a law to pass, people have to sign. And the majority are principle for NRM.
Whether they were bribed or the gun was used, Simon
it is not so lost on me.
If the opposition had a bigger part in the parliament, they would have changed that particular...
It's not so lost on me that we hosted the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Speaker. In her words, she said, if it wasn't for my power to allow the Article 102B to be amended, definitely the president would be now heading to Rachitula. You remember those words vividly.
Simon, do you believe that is a reality? Just a minute, for the start. Do you believe that is a reality?
So Chitegeza, she was under influence. So the constitution was not changed in accordance to the law.
I want to be on your side, but hey!
Yes.
I want to be on your side, but
Kati, going back to your point. Yes.
Simon.
Anti wabuse step no gamba because of COVID.
Simon, wake up.
So you should.
Omuntu bagamba nti nasalawo. Natagamba nti bandyako pisto. Then agamba it was my mandate. If it was me, it was me. And say I was not coerced. There's no way you can say she was coerced or she was influenced.
But between me and you, Dr. Mondo, if you are to speak realities on a national TV,
let's talk about reality.
It's in black and white
can we leave speculations and do reality?
Okay, the reality is that SFC attacked Parliament.
No, because Parliament was in disarray. And Sergeant of Arms had the right to call for enforcement. And Parliament, SFC is next to the Parliament, sir.
So, if you're calling...
President's office is not away from the Parliament.
Labayo.
I can remind you that.
Labayo, Bochibanti Chakuma Parliament, SFC could be the right forces to be called. There is police.
No.
And that's why
SFC,
the Inspector General of Police
SFC,
then, the General Karikaihura was present.
Okay, let me inform you.
Yes.
SFC.
And we are heading into a discussion. We are heading into a discussion.
Simon, Chris, you have the chance to say what you want. Let's have a debug and then go for a break because SFC, Dr. Mondo, you have other things to do.
Yes, SFC is part of security. It is a joint force. Prisons, police,
that guards.
SFC.
That guards. I want to say SFC, a joint force that guards the president.
No, sir. No, sir. SFC is paid by Uganda People's Defense Force, not by President Museveni. And by the Republic of Uganda. Do you know how security operations operate?
Special forces.
Yes, sir. It's part of.
That guards
it's like
the
military
president.
police. Military police is also part of UPD.
That is commanded by General Muhoozi Kainerugaba.
No, sir. He's a presidential advisor. Gwe, tuli ku TV. Nedda yaresigninga dda n'akwasa General Doni n'akwasa omulala. He left, sir.
Okay,
he's just a presidential advisor on security matters.
Yes.
But
they can between me and you, we know. Well, according to the producer.
Good morning, everybody. I know that today is a good day. Simon Chris Makanga. I don't know what has happened today. I'm coming back right after this.